Alright guys, welcome to another beer review. Today we've got another beer from Crew Republic that they kindly sent over to me, so once again, a massive thank you to the guys over at Crew Republic. And yeah, today we are looking at the Munich Easy, which is described as a summer beer. According to like Rate Beer, they've described this as a golden blonde slash sort of ale, that sort of thing. I have actually tried to review this one before. Thankfully, they sent me 4 bottles of this, so even if I fuck this one up, I've still got 2 more that I could potentially get a proper review of. The first one, review went okay. It was just 14 minutes long, and hopefully that number down there is a lot better. I kind of know what to look for in this one now, because like I said, I did try and review this one. As you can see, it's opened. As I was recording, it sounded like someone knocked on the window, so I went over there, absolutely no one there. So yeah, it's probably just someone doing something outside. But yeah, the Munich Easy, clocking in at 4.7% with an IBU count of 22. Hops used are Tradition, Citra, Cascade, Comet, Amarillo, and malts are Pilsner, Munich, and Caramel. And yeah, from the little spiel on the back, I won't go into it. Because it's probably not the best translation, but this is basically one of those beers where it seems like it's the perfect beer just to kick back with, relax and enjoy. And yeah, so looking forward to getting a proper review of this one done. Finally got myself a proper glass to replace the sad Schneider Weisse glass that I used to have, which just cracked unexpectedly. I could have waited until October, until I'm back in England, and brought my Brewdog Teku glass with me, which I probably will still do, even though I don't really want to risk breaking it in transit. But yeah, I've wanted a new Teku glass for such a long time, and it seems that every glass that I actually really enjoy using for beer reviews and that sort of thing just seems to break. I've no idea why. So yeah, let's stop talking and get the beer poured into the glass. And I've already got a barfly who wants to get in on the action as well. Sorry little buddy, this is all mine. So I was watching Rod J. Is it Rod J's Brew Reviews? Rod J's Beer Reviews. One of the hangouts that he does with Ronald and a couple of other guys. And he talked about how it's actually detrimental to the beer to pour the beer down the side of the glass and try to aim in the middle. I can't remember what the reason was, but yeah, don't know why I brought that up. Anyway, check out Rod J Beer Reviews down below. Really great guy. So, beer in a glass, and that is, it's a nice golden colour. Sort of reminds me of a very light, well actually no, it's got like a sort of a marmalade sort of look to it in the glass. Nice little amount of clarity. It is rather hazy, not complete hazy, you can still see through it, with nice streaming bubbles going up to the top of the glass, and that goes up to probably a poorly poured beer, let's just say that, to 2 fingers worth of brilliant white fluffy frothy head. So yeah, looks like a good blonde golden ale so far. Let's get the aroma. I'm picking up honey in there, like a honey sweetness. Definitely pick up those hops. That sort of those C hops, you could really pick those up. Nothing pungent, nothing like too zingy. It doesn't smell like a pale ale, doesn't smell like an IPA like you'd usually expect from those hops. It's rather a little bit more subtle, a little bit more laid back, but they're definitely there. And I get a slightly sort of Belgian yeast sort of aroma in there as well. It smells nice, it's got a nice sort of crispness about it. It smells honey. I get a slight menthol sort of hint right on the back end. Very slight, but it's there. But that could be a little bit of mint, maybe. And it's got an earthiness about it. So it smells alright, it smells nice. It's not, going to blow you away. You're not going to be just stood there for like 10 minutes just sniffing it because you're enjoying it like you can with some beers, and I've done you know, a few times on video where I've just been stood there going, it's really nice. But what is there is really nice. It's nice and subtle though, and it's really nicely balanced on the aroma. So let's see what it's actually like on the taste. Cheers. Well, it's definitely got a light body to it. Not a watery body, but a nice, light, crisp body to it. And the first flavour that you really get, almost like a Hellas beer, but then those hops come into play with a nice little bit of a citrusy, bittering edge to it. Not really like a bomb of tropical fruits, but you do get that grapefruit bitterness there as well. And that fizzles down into an ever so slightly sort of Belgian blonde ale characteristic on the back end. Almost as well got a slight hint of like a lambic sort of characteristic. Now I've had very limited experience with the lambic beer style, but lambic beers aren't really subtle. Once you've had a lambic beer, you know what it's like. And I get that image in my head. I get this like European, Belgian sort of yeasty flavours there. And that's what conjures up in my head. Definitely pick up a bit of citrus, pick up a bit of orange as well. There's a slight honey sweetness there as well on the back end. And you know what? It's as if this beer is combining a pale ale with a lager and then a Belgian blonde ale. You get characteristics of all those styles and they mishmash really nicely together. There's nothing too out there with this beer. There's no real domineering flavours. It's just as the beer is advertised. It's a perfect kick-back, relaxing, sink a couple of these beers down while you're in the garden, while you're at a barbecue. You're not gonna, you know, your palate's not going to be bombarded with different flavours or anything like that. But it's a very, very easy drinking, very sessionable, very light, very crisp, slightly hoppy, slightly lagery, Hellas-like, and it's also got this like spiciness and earthiness from a Belgian beer. It's quite unlike anything I've had actually, because you've got all those characteristics coming into play, and they just work really, really nicely. It's not for everyone. Some people might think, well, what's this? I could sink back 5 of these and, you know, not really care about it. But you're not going to savour the flavour too much. It's an easy-going, laid-back beer that's just perfect for when you just want a nice beer to drink. And it's a perfect beer for the German market, for German drinkers who aren't really used to craft beer and they don't really know where to start. This would be a really great breakout point for that sort of audience. But at the same time, you know, seasoned veterans, if you will enjoy this as well. And yeah, it's just a really nice, subtle, simple beer, and definitely an easy 8 out of 10 from me. So that's an 8 out of 10 for Crew Republic's Munich Easy. If you've tried this beer, let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you've tried any of the Crew Republic beers, let me know what you thought of them so far. Speaking of Crew Republic, their links are down below. The Crew Republic playlist is down below. And yeah, this is free. Is this 3 beers now out of 3 that I've done? And they've all been really solid. I've not been completely blown away by a Crew Republic beer yet. The closest I got to that was the Drunken Sailor IPA, but then again, I'm a big, even though this is just a pale ale, I'm a big IPA fan. And yeah, fantastic little beer, definitely worth trying. And yeah, I hope you guys can get your hands on a bottle. So thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you feel like doing so. I'm a little bit more active on there recently. And more importantly, I hope you'll join me for another beer review. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you later. Cheers, guys.